Did I ever tell you I had to cut a guy with a box cutter?
No, he didn't tell me about that.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
When was this in Lakeland?
This was growing up in Lakeland, like late 90s, right? Me and my 3 buddies were walking down. There was a big park that apparently the city had no idea there was a park there.
Oh, wow. So
because we'd had a community meeting where they're like, hey, this giant steel rocket ship seems pretty dangerous. And the city representative was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
that's awesome.
The park.
So you just built your own little community park?
No, no, there was a park back there with a basketball court, and me and my 3 buddies were walking down from his girlfriend's house, and we saw like 15 black guys down there playing basketball, right? So we're like,
let's get in.
Let's talk. Yeah. Shirts versus skins.
Room for 3 more, gentlemen. We were just about to play D&D.
So we walk. We're like,
this
let's
is also
go.
West Baltimore in '94.
Yeah,
that's insane, dude. That's crazy that you're alive. That's so fucking funny.
So we walk. We decide to walk around the park and not cut straight through.
Sure.
But they must have saw us because when we're going around to the connecting street now, this group of 15 is walking up.
The
past
whole
us.
team comes up. Wow.
And my 2 buddies crossed the street, but I knew like 2 or 3 of them.
Sure, you're gonna talk your way out of it.
What's up, Anthony?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Beaver?
That's cool.
And then
black guy named Beaver is awesome.
Beaver was huge. Beaver was like 6'5", a 6'5" toddler.
That's yeah. You get a lot of. It's kind of like Eldest, basically. You get a lot of huge simpletons.
But
a lot of lead paint, probably.
I
for
walked
Beaver.
between this wall, this retaining wall, and them, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a fist come.
Whoa!
Right, so I turned my head, and it hit the back of my head. Glasses come off.
Holy
and I would
shit.
love to end this story with. So then I remembered my training.
Yeah.
No, I ended up like balled up on the ground.
Getting
while
the shit kicked
just
out of you.
stomping the fuck out of me.
Where does the box cutter come in?
Well, hold on. So. So then when
I was like, damn, Tommy fucking fought off a bunch of black dudes with a box cutter.
Once they got tired.
Yeah. Once they're winded from beating the fuck out of you.
Man, I gotta get all this white boy off my shoe. So they turn to leave. They all walk away. There's only one left, and I stand up to go get my glasses. And the one's like, you better turn the fuck around. And I was like, I'm getting my fucking glasses. And he runs around the corner.
Did the glasses survive?
Yeah.
Wow.
They went flying off and landed. But as soon as I was like, I'm gonna get my glasses, right? He ran and he was like, hey, he's back up. And came back around.
Holy shit.
And it was Friday after next. I got jumped again. So this time, now they got a deep tissue burn.
Right.
Like,
A lot of lactic acid build up in their calves from stomping you.
So that now by the time they walk away this time, I get back up. I look like Wile E. Coyote when a boulder's falls on. Piano teeth. Apparently my friends had run down to my house and were like, hey, Tommy's getting jumped.
Getting the shit
so
kicked
my
out of him.
my
Love
loudmouth ghetto sister comes up.
her, yeah.
TT. Shout out TT.
Oh, man. I'm going to guess she was acquainted with at least 11 of those 15 guys.
Biblically.
A fucking white girl named TT in that neighborhood in 94. Ooh, brother.
They ran a soul train on her.
So she sucks them off to create a diversion.
to further tire them out.
They're on the edge.
So we go walking up there. My dad has this huge, like, oak staff, this cudgel, right? And so we walk up, and he's like, let's stay a couple.
He has a staff?
Well, like a big cane, but it's from an oak tree.
Gotcha.
So he's like, hey, let's stay a couple blocks behind him.
Yeah.
And we'll walk, because we called the police. We'll flag the police down.
Right.
So we go up a couple streets.
If it looks like they're literally going to execute Tommy, we'll jump in. But in any other way, we're just
They
gonna
have
chill.
to wait for me to signal the archers. So we follow them up till that group of 15 meets up with another group of 15.
They're like, hey, tag in, fellas.
It was like the end level.
We need some Arizona iced teas.
It was like a boss fight in Double Dragon.
Jesus.
So we're staying like back, and then my sister, she started going, why y'all motherfuckers gotta be bitches? You gotta be jumping my brother like little fucking bitches, right? and they surround her, right?
Oh, no.
And it's like wolves. One will hit her from the back.
They're hitting her sister?
Yeah, they're beating the shit out of my sister. And she would turn, and then someone else would hit her from the back. And now my dad, they just fucking bum rush my dad, right? And Beaver,
they fucked up your whole family.
Yes, Beaver takes that cudgel, that club, and is just beating the shit out of my dad with it. Just one-handed, like that fucking troll in the Harry Potter
movie.
movie.
You knew? This was your friend?
No, not friend.
Yeah. You were acquaintances.
I knew that. I knew not to go near that guy.
Yeah.
So he's basically throwing my dad around like Hawk throwing Loki. So I run in, I push my dad out of the way, and Beaver swung once, and I blocked with my forearm.
Wow.
By the second time he was rearing back, I reached in my back pocket and had
a box cutter.
Well, yeah, because that day me and my buddies, we all had knives on us.
Right.
But it was one of those box cutters, those cheap ones where it's just like a razor blade in a sleeve. So I was able to just click it out with one hand, and then the second time I blocked, I stepped in and went across.
Holy shit.
And I thought I just cut his sweatshirt because there was no resistance, right?
Yeah.
And Beaver like stops and drops the thing, and I pick it up. Some other guy comes running in, punches me in the mouth, and then the cops pull up and they fucking scatter, right?
You would have died for sure.
Yeah.
If the cops don't come at that moment.
Yeah. So I tell the cop, I was like, hey, I think I cut one sweatshirt, and the cop was like, it was self-defense, man.
Yeah.
And then my dad's like, I think I got a fighter's fracture, right? And then my sister's like, I'm pregnant. So we all had to go to the hospital where I had to get 2 stitches in my lip.
Oh my God.
My dad had to get a cast on because he did fracture his hand plate.
Holy shit.
And then turns out my sister, false pregnancy.
She miscarried after getting stomped.
But my one buddy, John, who had ran off, he comes in because they had fractured his collarbone. But he came in and he said 66. And I was like, what's that? And he goes, apparently that's how many staples it took to close Beaver's chest up.
Holy shit.
Apparently I caught him good right across the nipple.
What the fuck?
And he had 66 staples across his chest.
God damn, dude.
So now I always carry a box cutter.
What the fuck? And there was no retaliation for slicing Beaver?
So a couple weeks later, my sister was out in the front yard sunning herself, and Beaver... on a rock because she's a lizard. No, like she's in a fight. She's getting a tan.
Yeah.
And Beaver, the one other guy I knew, Anthony, and some other guy, they walked up and they walk into my yard and they have a pellet gun.
Oh my God.
And they're threatening to shoot my sister.
You're like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, and I'm like inside, like, oh well, that's a her problem.
Jesus Christ.
So, but then like the cops did. Well, so. Later, we call the cops as soon as you say gun. The cops called them by the time they're up at the top of the street. Well, Beaver's mom was already out there now,
right.
And her mom was, my parents are up there, the mom was up there, and like, well, your son is the one that would, jump my son, jump my family.
Yeah. They beat.
And
the
she was
fuck
like,
out
oh,
of my
just
family.
because he's a big black boy, you think he jumped? She was denying it, and I was like, if he didn't jump me, how did I know he had to get 66 staples across his chest there? That's from the box cutter from him hit my, and like his eyes got real wide. She like looked at him. She was like, Clarence, or whatever.
That's also that she was defending.
Yeah.
She had no idea that her son was in the middle of
I slipped.
Yeah.
I slipped on a box cutter.
That's fucking wild, dude. Wow, that's insane. And what happened to your other boys? They're
fine. Well, the one Jonathan had to run out of his shirt. They grabbed his shirt and he had been in a car accident.
And so it was just a thing of like, we could just fuck these guys up.
Yeah.
We're kind of bored.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you know what would be good after that game of basketball? Beating the shit out of these white guys. Come on, my 14 other friends.
That's like just to blow off some steam.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. You just grew up in a race war, in a constant sort of low-grade race war.
That same thing happened to a family friend of mine. He got his ass beat in Patterson
I
Park.
remember that,
He's trying to play like pickup basket. He was like in high school. He's trying to play
he went up to them and was like, let's play hoops. And they were like, and they just stole his basketball.
Yeah, they were like, no, give us the ball. And there's like, this is the same thing. There's like 10 or 15, kids in like middle school or whatever. And he was like, "No, I'm not giving you the ball." He was also like Albanian, like very fresh off the boat.
I remember this kid. Yeah,
no, this is my ball.
Literally, he was like, "You're kidding? I buy the ball. You
go to store."
yeah.
He refused to give him the ball, and then they were all just stomping him within moments.
Yeah,
you are getting your shoes dirty.
And they took the ball.
Yeah. At the end, they got what they wanted.